Just about every sinew in my body is saying to me, what are you doing? You should be out there cutting grass and making hay. Morning world, welcome to Thursday 18th of July, and yes, that is what I would be doing if both of my weather apps weren't telling me that it's going to be 85% chucked down with rain on Saturday, and obviously today is Thursday. The ground's already wet. That's not enough time for me to dry grass enough, because it's quite a thick crop over at the farm. It's not enough time to dry the crop and get it baled dry enough for it to spoil. So I've talked to another couple of farmers, including Reg, because he's doing some haymaking for somebody, and he's come to the same conclusion as me. It's not worth the risk. If I go and knock down 30 acres of grass at the farm, and by Saturday it will be 85% fit, not quite fit, and then we get a proper thunderstorm on it, which means it'll take all day Sunday and Monday to dry it back again. Well, we're forecast more rain on Monday. The chances of me losing and spoiling the entire crop, it's just too high. It's going to be a lot of bales, and if they're not worth anything, well, A, you've spent all that time making it, and the expense in baling it, and if it's not wet enough and not dry enough, wrapping it, for the chance of it to be spoilt as well, I'm going to give it another week, 10 days. So apparently August, we are told August is going to be the month to make hay. And it's like I said to Dad yesterday, it's not like we're running a dairy herd where I need every ounce of energy I can get out of every blade of grass I cut. For the Dexters, for the beef, it hasn't got to be fantastic. It's got to be good hay, but it hasn't got to be fantastic. Last year we made fantastic hay, and I couldn't keep it in them. They were chuffing the hay into them like there was no tomorrow this last winter, and it was just going straight through and coming out as projectile liquid. And we think it was just too good for them. So yeah, we will see. So looks like we're not going to be cutting grass for another couple of weeks. Oh, it's a bit warm in here. No, not as hot as it was yesterday afternoon now. It should be just down here on the left-hand side somewhere, I think. So. Yeah, GA ground care in here, left and left again. There we are. I reckon we'll park it in front of that. If I'm going to talk gibberish and bore, how dare you?
Well, you told me that some handsome guy was bringing me, and I ended up with you.
Right, okay. Like that, is it? So what are we looking at? We're looking at one of these?
Either, really. So,
is it?
Yeah, I mean, the one on the right, well, in the middle, is a Mark 1 1928
Yeah.
safe track, and then the one on the closest to us here is a Mark 2.
Still quite big machines, aren't they?
Yeah, so they're both 50 horsepower machines. The Mark 2's Kubota engine,
Yeah.
and the Mark 1's Isuzu.
Okay.
But performance, tracking, and chipping's
Same.
kind of the same between the two.
Yeah. So is that 2 ton?
Yeah, so that one's 2 ton, and that one's, the Mark 1's slightly lighter, and it's 1800.
Oh, right, okay. That 200 kilos can make all the difference sometimes, can't it?
So if you don't know that,
Shh. Shh. Yeah.
Nice stump grinders.
Yeah. We've got one like this, the Gammon one,
Oh yeah.
which is all right, but he's blunt. Wants some new teeth on him, so I haven't seen one of those before. So where's that made?
Denmark.
Denmark? Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, they're both, all the FSIs made in Denmark. This is our demo and hire, little track machine. And then just a little pedestrian one next to it.
Yeah. I don't know, I just about was going to ask you what sort of money one of these is, and you were going to say 25p.
23,995 they are.
Is it? Is it?
Yeah.
Got to do quite a lot of stumps for that, haven't you? Does he pivot on the...
So you've got handlebars here that will...
Ah, right, okay.
So you swing around there, and then your head's hydraulic as well, so
Yeah.
your swing on your head is...
So a lot less work than ours. We got Bandit 1250, is it?
Yeah.
That you just swing it on your hips.
Yeah.
Um,
I think if you're doing multiple stunts a day,
yeah, that's hard work
you're
then.
all day long.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
on it for a few hours. You know the difference between
Yeah.
one of these and a pedestrian one.
All right. So do you hire that one as well, do you?
Yeah.
Okay, well that's good to know anyway, so. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's actually just come back in from a week's hire yesterday.
Yeah.
I haven't checked the teeth yet to see how damaged it is.
Yeah, well that's the problem with hiring stuff, isn't it? Especially chippers, you never know what they're going to come back like, do you?
No. And he's going out for a day next week. I think
Is he?
Wednesday next week he's going back out to Bath.
Yeah.
So helps earn its keep.
Well, he's got to earn his keep, hasn't it? All got to earn his keep. That looks a bit busier in there,
Yeah.
especially with that big thing.
Yeah, so everything now has to have a DPF. This is railway spec machine.
Okay.
And then you've got your hydraulic valve blocks to operate the legs and the embankment system.
Yeah. It's clever, mate, what they can do.
Yeah, so it's unfortunately it is a bit busier under the bonnet than it used to be, but actually with all that stripped back, it is just a conventional diesel engine under there. So, you're pretty safe with the Kubota power.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so this one's set up with lighting tower. We're putting the winch on it this afternoon.
Yeah.
And then this is going out to a railway contract tomorrow.
Is it?
So yeah, brand new machine.
Yeah. It's all right if you've got the work for it, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. We're just replacing an old machine of theirs. So we've got to get this winch fitted up this afternoon, and it'll be good to go. And the one behind me is a full refurb of a 1928 Safe Track. So it's just come back from paint.
Okay.
Started building back up. So
Well, it's
that's the
basically-
old model to the black one over there.
Right, okay. And they wanted blue.
And they wanted their company colours of blue. It was green.
Yeah.
We'll start reassembling this over the next couple of weeks, and then she should be operational and working in.
Good as new.
Yeah. Cheaper than replacing it.
Yeah.
They've got two to do. This is the first one that we're doing.
Yeah.
Next few weeks we'll be on that.
Yeah. That'll keep you out of mischief, wouldn't
Keep
it?
me out of mischief, yeah. We've got Timberwolf 190 over there that we're doing some overhaul work for a customer down in Cornwall.
Looks like he's got hot sometime or other.
Yeah, I think that's probably the paint's fell off more than
Oh, is it?
anything else on that tank.
Yeah.
So bit of track work on it. The idlers are knackered. Some of the end sprockets are knackered. We've just done the flywheel bearings in it. So the flywheel's been out. The feed rollers are all stripped out at the moment.
Well, that's a favourite on them, isn't it? It's a flywheel bearing.
Yeah, they're not on those 190s. The 150s are really bad, but the 190s aren't.
Well, I remember the first one we had, I think they made it out of chocolate.
Yeah.
And then it got warm, poof, gone, so, yeah.
Yeah, no, those Timberwolf 190s are a good machine, to be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's done a couple of thousand hours and it needs some love now. So,
Yeah. Is that a client's machine as well?
Yeah, that's from down in Cornwall. I think these are in here, they're all customers machines.
Is it?
Yeah, and then an older machine that we're doing some work on for a guy in London.
Yeah, but they go on forever.
They do go on forever, yeah. I mean, he's at a point now where he spends a few grand on it to keep it going.
Yeah, I got a mate with one of these, and he said, what's the point of changing it? It just keeps going.
Yeah, and the thing is, you go and buy another machine for $3 grand, you can just buy yourself a pile of knackered bits anyway.
Yeah.
So he's better off keeping what he's got, spending a bit of money on it. We're putting some new feed roller bearings and new flywheel bearings, and
Yeah.
bits and bobs on it, some new electronics to keep it running. So
Knowing how they come apart and go back together is a big thing in it. So we're quite good at taking stuff apart.
yeah, a lot of people are.
It's when you put it back together and go, where did that bit come from? You know that?
Yeah, part of spares.
Yeah. It's usually washers and stuff like that. So
Then I got petrol Eagle 165 green mate here. The flywheel's out of that. And
Right.
the flywheel damage, so flywheel's off for repair at the minute, and we should get that back.
okay,
Next week, I know that can be put back together and back out to the customer.
yeah. So we got the diesel version of that.
Correct, yeah.
So good machine, blooming good machine. So and the blades just seem to last forever.
Yeah. So there's our blade grinder behind it, which is how we sharpen those disc blades on the bench over there.
Oh wow.
So it's a bit of a standard sort of bench grinder with a turning wheel that you drop into the
Yeah.
bench grinder, and you just rotate the disc
I haven't
blade
got a
around.
bench grinder. Apparently they're too dangerous.
Yeah, oh.
Yeah, health and safety don't like them. So yeah, and I don't see many of those around.
No, that's coming from a farmer that's got some electronic trouble.
Right.
We need to get a new control screen and some bits and bobs for that, but it's
Yeah.
we're waiting for the parts to come in at the minute. So
Yeah.
once we get the bits, we can do that. I think they're coming from Germany. And then this green Mac here is a customer's machine just coming for repairs. It's got some damage to the feed rollers or feed roller carriage.
Right.
We just put a new throttle linkage on it.
Yeah.
Do a service and
We used to have problems with the springs in our old one, but so far with the new one, we haven't had an issue.
yeah, it's different design on the newer ones.
Is it?
It doesn't really
Yeah.
use the spring in the same way. It just
Our old 150 used to snap off. They always used to snap off a bit there, and
yeah, on those old 150s, the carriage, the spring pretty much does all the work. It pulls the carriage back, whereas on the later machines, there's a proper pivot arm, and that does the main of the work, and then the return spring just helps close it.
yeah. I don't know about you, but I am full to the brim. So we just stopped off on the way home. A little, what is it, like a cafe pub?
It's a
It's a
pub and
It's-
coffee shop.
coffee shop one side, cafe pub the other side. We stopped in, well, kind of in the middle.
Oh, then we're in the coffee shop.
Yeah, but I still had a beer shandy. So, and we are on, what road we on?
A4.
Is it the A4?
A4 chicken.
We're at the Pewsham on the A4, and it was spot on. So lovely, clean, smelt nice, nice tables,
Nice people.
nice people, and the food was spot
and
on.
reasonable. It was reasonable.
Yeah, it was reasonable, yeah.
You,
Well, both of us had a really good nosh for
and drink.
and drink for 30 quid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I
So
think is right.
yeah. But now I'm full.
It's very hot as well.
Yeah, okay, let's get going. So, right, I'll see you back at the farm. Right, it's 6:15 in the evening, and I'm still full from lunchtime. Oh, you're coming with me, are you? All right, okay. Go on then. So it was nice to visit Ash this morning at GA Ground Care. We've been dealing with Ash for, I don't know, 4 or 5 years, maybe more than that. But today was the first time I'd ever actually been to his premises. So the reason we went there is we've got a big job coming up first week of August for one of the schools, and it's going to need a tracked chipper because we can't get our chipper in where it's going. So I said to Ash, have you got a chipper I can hire? And he goes, I have. I said, have you got a tracked one? He said, I have. Got 2 actually. And I said, can I hire it? He goes, you can. And I said, and if we really, really, really like it, can I buy it? And he said, maybe. So I said to Mrs. P today, I was supposed to go out with her for her birthday on the 16th. I wasn't very well on the 16th. And I wanted to go down. I said to Julia, I said, do you want to come out with me down to see Ash down at GA, and then we'll go out for lunch? And she said, no, not really. And I said, oh, go on. She went, all right then. So we did, and that's how we ended up at the Perchant Inn pub, whatever it was. It was really nice. Yes, I'm going to open the gate now. You can come back out if you really, really want to. So the guys, we had a job booked for this morning. Something we booked ages ago. When I rang up last night to confirm. They said, oh, we'd forgotten. We're out, you can't come. I said, right, okay, don't worry, I've got another job we can do. So I rung the second client and said, we can come and do your job today. They said, our new garden shed's being delivered today. I think you're going to kind of be in, right, okay, won't do that then. And then there's another job. We do a lot of grass cutting for, and they said, hasn't grown that much, don't really need it doing. And then there was one more job, it was only a small one, and I said, do you want us to come and do it? She goes, I'm out for the day. So basically, nobody wanted us today. So I've had the guys here at the farm today. So all our hedges have been tidied up. The big purple prunus at the top there is shaped over. All the jobs that we do, I mean, I employ our guys here at the farm for my own hedges. We have a lot of hedges. I have a lot of garden to look after. I'm more than happy to sit on the mower every week and cut the grass, which takes about 3 hours. But the hedges, this lot, I mean, by myself, it would probably take me at least a week to cut all the hedges by myself. And I don't want to. I don't want to. But it's one of those things, like I say to the guys, our hedges here on the farm are kind of like our shop window. Lots of people use these footpaths, this path and that. They know who I am, they know what we do. It's a case of if I can't keep my own hedges tidy, it's like being a car mechanic and driving around in a clapped out old thing that breaks down all the time. It doesn't look good. Or a plumber and your house is always leaking. Or an electrician and your house keeps burning down. Your shop window is your shop window. So I said to the guys, you know, we'll have a day here. We're having a bit of a do here in a couple of weeks anyway. And I said, it won't hurt to have the place tidy, get it done. So today, we've done a bit of lifting on this ash tree because some of these branches were hanging down and covering the footpath down there. They've done all these hedges. Like I said, the purple prunus, which we do twice a year, but we have to wait until the goldfinches are fledged because every year we get 2 goldfinches nest in that tree. So we can't trim it until they finished and gone. So and I make sure they check before they do it. So but while the guys are out here working, I shut the cattle out and I forgot to tell them to open the gate again. So I'm going to do it. You come with me? Are you? Come on, Em. Come on, Em. I'm not actually sure how she got out. Did I not shut the gate up there? I don't want to come back up and find cattle in my garden. Just checking. Right, it's shut. We're okay. So the lads did a few of the little bits and bobs while they were out here. We noticed, Mrs. P and I, when we go for a Sunday walk every Sunday morning after breakfast, unless it's chucking down rain. So at least once a week, we both have a good look round and I'll point out any problems or issues or something I think she might want to know about. Come on, Eb, you can come out now. And we noticed that one of our willow trees had come down and gone across the fence. Here they come. I've got some ragwort to pull over there. I meant to tell the guys to pull that, forgot. Might go and do that now, actually. I know it's there, I can see it from the house. It's one of those things, I'll go down and pull that ragwort. And then it's all good intentions, you would expect to do it and then it doesn't happen. But we are going to get in there and knock the heads off these. 1, 2, 3. They're coming up quite well actually. There's a whole clump there. This is one big plant. So, and you. Go on. Out of there. Get. You're 2 separate plants. You, and you. That's it. That's all me ragwort pulled up. Now all I've got to do is knock the heads off. Once the heads are off, there's not enough energy to produce the seed, and then the rest of the plant can just be chucked back in here again. Still there? Good. As long as you get all the flowers off and all the viable seeds before they can become seeds, that's all we're worried about. So, there you go, that's the idea. All the flower red's gone. The rest of this plant is perfectly harmless as long as nothing eats it. So as long as it goes back in there far enough, they can't reach it, that can rot down and disappear. What's a sneaky little one? You know, I nearly walked past you thinking you were a thistle. Gotcha. No flowers. I ain't got to worry about that, although I would just cut the buds there. We'll have them off just in case. Done. So I don't know about you, or where you are, but around about here, ragwort this year, our verges are absolutely yellow with the stuff. All down the side of the roads, and all this newfangled bloody, oh, you mustn't cut the road verges because you've got to leave it for the wildlife and the butterflies and blah, blah, blah. Do you know what? You're going to do way more harm like that. If they cut the verges and kept them neat and tidy, like they used to, be a far better job. And do you know what? For the few little creatures that are going to maybe lose out for a few flowers on the side of the road, well, they're probably just going to get hit by passing cyclists anyway, because they can't hear them coming. Absolute joke. So, in my humble opinion, there's another in there. In fact, there's two. Every time I walk down here, I find another one. One there and one there. Thing is though, these do, at a distance, look a bit like a thistle. It's not till the yellow flag gives it away. This is what our little goldfinch friends are going to be after. So a couple of these are just thinking about going to seed. I am a bit twitchy about it because there is too many. So we might have to come out with a topper soon, set it fairly high and knock off some of these bull thistles. Like I say, I don't mind a few bull thistles, but I do mind too many. And there are plenty of places around here where there is lots of bull thistles that I can't get to with the flail. Oh well, where'd you dig that up from? You geek. Well, I really wanted a little bit more of that cut off. I said cut off everything that's on the fence, which was that there, and anything else that's threatening the fence, which was that there. But it's not on the fence, so we can always come back down later on, as long as it doesn't squash the fence. Yeah. So you done, and you done. Come on then, come on. So the cattle are still up at the barn. If I didn't know any better, I'd say they were trying to tell me something. Thing is, they can't be hungry because there is plenty of grass and that's all fresh new growth on there. And it's not too short for them. But I don't know, it's just a case of, oh, can I have a bale? And I think it's idleness. I think that's all it is. I think it's just they're too lazy to come out here and forage for it. If they think that they can moo enough, and I'll go up there and just put a bale in there and they can just stand there and stuff their faces. I get the definite feeling that, you know, don't want to forage. Just want to stand here and munch it, if you don't mind. So, no, they can do a bit more foraging. Do them good. When we bought the golf course, all these trees were planted. In fact, I remember Paul planting a lot of these. He planted them with a 3-point linkage PTO driven post holder. I think it was a 3-foot post holder, because I remember saying to him, you kind of need to cut some corners in it, because if it's a round hole, you could end it with like a pot bound tree. So, and I think they did on a lot of them, not on all. I've just spotted another raggy. But yeah, I'm kind of hoping that one day this lot don't just start falling over because all the roots are in a tight ball going round and round in a circle, which is possible. So, right, so I'm going to get that raggy. Like I say, I walk down here every Sunday with the missus, every Sunday morning, and nearly every time I come out here I find another one. I mean, this isn't a 1-year-old plant, this is a 2 or 3 year old plant that I've walked past a number of times and never seen it. This might be the first time it's come into flower, but yeah, it's got to go. Oh, that's it. Get them by the roots, that's what you want. You want to get as much of this, as much of the root as you can, because even leaving small bits in there can result in new plant growing next year. Come on, come on, yeah, I urge you. Right then, bit of tree slapping. Most of them. That'll do. That's not going to make any little ragworts, okay? That's going to lie on top of the hedge, dehydrate and die. This is a 1-year-old ragwort, which will probably snap off. What I should do really is walk away from it, remember where it is, and come back with a fork. Because it'll snap off. Bugger. Can I? This is what my knife gets used for more than anything else, is digging up bloody weeds. That's the bit we wanted. That can go back in there. There's another one there. Bloody hell. Get in there. What do you think my chances are of getting this one? This one's a bit older. I might get him. Or no. He's breaking off in my hand. Yeah, I'll pull the rest of that soil off there, take away the energy for the plant, and hopefully not too much to grow back next year. Put that back in there. So for those of you that don't know, ragwort, when it's alive and green, isn't so harmful because it's stinky. I mean, I'll reek of it now. It is stinky, and livestock will normally steer well clear of it. Come on, Muppet! Steer well clear because they can smell it. The problem is if you cut grass for hay that's got ragwort, once it's dried, it loses its smell. There is no smell, which means that more cattle die with reference to ragwort from eating it dry in hay than will ever suffer from eating it green. So, all right, that's cut tidy now. So we might have a couple of people camping for a few days in the next week or two. So I said to Ewan, well, we're not that busy, come out and cut the grass. Which, yes, I think I might have to come back over this and put the mulcher on and just mulch that down again. That's no problem. 3 bolts, that's all it needs. Come on.